Hello, Axe Mountain Tubers, and welcome back to Let's Play Fire Emblem 8, The Sacred Stones, with me, BlueAnkylo. Last episode, we tried to recruit Inns and all his buddies, but, well, we're gonna do that today instead, let's say. And, we fought our way from the starting mountain down through a pretty big group of enemies. We had a really good turn where, although Kyle took a few hits, we actually worked, it worked out pretty well. We didn't take, too much damage, and we pushed through a pretty strong defense, so that was good. Just for interest's sake, it's turn 7, so we actually haven't spent very many turns on this map. It's just, it's been hectic. It's been full of action. So remember, of course, the ultimate goal is to make it up to here and kill Pablo, the boss, while we get pelted with some ballista as we cross. This guy has a gem that we need to remember to steal. Let's see, we got someone else that we might want to recruit, and we have our first status stave priest who isn't very good at his job, but, Okay, with that said, let's get to work. So Tana needs to talk to Innes, or Inns, whatever we're going to call him. What do you guys think? Innes? Probably Innes. Innes makes a little bit more sense. Let's go with that. Okay, so now, killing all these guys, and also remembering that, the bandits are coming. I sure hope they don't, pillage these houses or something. But I doubt it. Anyway, let's see. So, I wouldn't mind Colm killing this guy if he can. Let's check the numbers. 11 damage, 5 defense. So 6 damage, actually 7 because of weapon advantage. Almost certainly double attack. So I said 7 damage times 2 is 14. That will not kill this guy, so we'll need to injure him, which we probably can't do without killing him. Yeah, so Joshua's probably going to just kill him, right? 11 damage times 2. Alright, so I think Colm will not be killing this guy. How about we just let Joshua do it? Yeah, that's fine. He might get hit 30% of the time. I do seem to remember, I can't remember if it was Joshua specifically, but last episode, someone kept getting hit by 20-30%. Every now and then we have really bad days for that. Alright, so our healer is a little bit far back, can't quite make it to Kyle, but we've got lots of people close enough to help. So maybe we can have Colm kill the mercenary. Yeah, that'll do. Even if he misses, he's not going to die, so this is fine. There you go. Alright, we're off to a good start. That makes me happy. Alright, now let's see some good stats, buddy. That's pretty acceptable, honestly. A couple episodes ago I was talking about, if you watched the stat episode, that he needed to gain some strength. And he's getting some strength. I think he's gone from 4 to 7 strength in the last couple level ups, or the last few level ups. So that's good. I don't know if he's below or above average just now, but, if he can still actually dish out a little bit of damage, that's all I need, so I can keep leveling up. Okay, next, let's see here. Now, there's nothing else that's going to be in range other than this axe and archer. Ross is already level 12. I might send Erica down just so I've got 2 people that can talk to Innes. Archer is kind of hurting as well. This guy does not have a hand axe, so you don't have to worry about him tossing an axe over if we can't kill him. Well, just for interest's sake, probably won't do this. Yeah, that would... Unless Kyle was finishing him off, this would probably... Well, I would have a chance to kill Kyle. So you don't want to do that. But you could maybe start like this. Oh man, she needs to be a little bit faster and we can get a double attack. I'm going to need to do a little bit of math here. So 15 is the max we could do with 1 hit. That's 14. If this is 100%, would I risk the potential to miss a 95? That'll be fine. So Ford will take a little bit more damage, but we'll have some time to heal him up, I think. Definitely got hit. Another 40% not missing. kind of obnoxious. And then, like I said, just don't miss your 95. It almost never happens. So we could have played this a little bit safer, a little bit slower, but I feel like we've had enough. That was an awesome level up. Amazing. That was almost every stat. Everything but, like, strength, right? Like, that was really good. Good job, Kyle. That was perfect. As far as I'm concerned, perfect. Even if it could have been slightly better. Okay, then, I guess it's down to the mages. So, probably Archer first. Or Ross. Oh, well, actually, this guy's already almost dead. That's right. Well, we should start healing. Oh, we should heal Erica first. Yeah, okay. No problem. I was thinking of leaving him behind just so we could heal him up first, but, no. Alright, all good. Another level up. Archer's been getting pretty good level ups lately. He continues to get pretty good level ups lately. Definitely not going to argue with that. So, we're just going to let these guys come to us. We might move Gilliam into the forest so we can start tank. Well, we should probably deal with these axe guys first because they're really hard to kill from the peaks. So if I was in the forest, they'd still have 40% bonus evasion. It'd be really hard for Gilliam to kill them. Move that far. That's fine. I was kind of expecting to recruit these 3 neutrals early, and we'd actually be able to use them for some of this battling, but instead, I was unable to get there in time, and we've had to do this all... Well, we're going to keep people around. We're going to have to kill those axe guys next. But yeah, I thought we'd be able to more safely... well, we'd have more people on our side. Uh-oh. The Crimson Flash. So is she going to start attacking now? Uh-oh. Okay, all the mercenaries are... No! This means Inez is going to go attack this guy. I'm going to have to chase him forever. Ah! This guy! He's stealing all my experience! So we're still not going to be able to talk to him. I don't even know... Let's see, I don't even know if I'm going to be able to pull this off now, because someone specifically has to recruit Marissa. Garrick, of course, because it's Garrick's mercenaries. So, like, I have to recruit Innes, and then Innes has to recruit these 2. Or one and then the other. And then they have to talk to Marissa. Oh, this is going to be really difficult, because she's got a super high crit weapon. Shoot! Alright, we're going to turn around right now. We're going to barely have enough time to pull this off. So, everyone back up into the corner, basically. I'm not... I mean, if we don't get her... I'm going to be really mad, so I don't even want to say... It's okay if we don't get her, because it's not okay. It's not okay. Oh, we've got a support built up between Loot and probably Colm or something. We'll deal with those one of these days, don't worry. For now, just build them up, save them for later. Alright, well, I guess we could try sending Erica. She's the other most likely to talk to Garrick. Okay, now she's... Oh, no. No! Now she's heading straight to Innes. This is just garbage. Stupid AI. Not only is he stealing our experience, I can't... Okay, we can just make it to him, but... I don't know if this is gonna work. Okay, so you can talk. It'll have to be Garrick, I think, for that one. If he didn't run away, we would have recruited him like 3 or 4 turns ago. Well there, your sister found you. Trying to kill yourself, basically. Also, the reinforcements are here. There's no need to go be suicidal. Alright, so... I have to run Innis back. Worst case scenario, she gets put to sleep, and then Marissa kills her. There's not much I can do about that. I'll try to lure this archer out. Alright, we're not going to run away anymore. I changed my mind about running away because they turned around for now. So let's try to use Colm to lure out one axe guy. The others can keep coming down the mountain. And let's just use Kyle. He can take a... I don't need to use a men's staff. I'll save the men's staff for sort of emergencies. Well, it makes her healing better, so that's better than nothing. Alright, then we want to stand bottom stair on the right. Equip the javelin, and let the silly archer come to us. We're looking at 17 damage. Yeah, that's not too bad. 7 hits. That's fine. Alright, so I don't suppose... No. I thought it was worth a try, but it'll have to be Garrick specifically, or Innis specifically. It might be worth having some flyers around to transport people. Alright, we're gonna let Colm deal with him, although Joshua might be a better choice, just because he'd do more damage, but... Alright. Alright, good luck. Tana. Is this Tana? Tana, whatever. Tana sounds nicer than Tana. Look at this 26% mumbo jumbo. How'd that hit? %. Alright, so... I was pretty sure Tana can survive... I'm gonna go with Tana. I like Tana more. I was pretty sure she could survive a hit from Myrmidon. It'll be Marissa and the mage that are the more dangerous. Alright, so that worked out splendid. Yeah, here goes. 17%, not much. Luckily, your resistance, I believe... Did she seriously just got hit by 17%? Are you freaking... What is going on here? 20%? 17%? Well, I don't know if we can keep her alive. She'll have to get rescued by Vanessa then. I was hoping to rescue and start... Alright, that's just not gonna happen. I think these two maybe will talk. No, they're not even interested. I'm hoping that this Myrmidon stays here so that Marissa can't attack. Because if Marissa attacks, there's a reasonably high chance that Tana will die. That'll be 14 with weapon disadvantage. 6 damage times 3 on a crit. Okay, well, it wouldn't one-shot her, but it's close enough to be a problem. Alright, you should probably kill this guy then. Probably want to open this door before too long as well. Send Joshua over to get 1. Or even loot. Joshua's only level 11. Doesn't actually do enough damage. Alright. Loot it is. You're up. Wow, Loot is actually kicking butt, isn't she? How much damage were you doing? 10? Look at Colm actually dishing damage out. That's great. I didn't think he would be strong enough to kill an axe guy on his own. Well, we'll heal up Ford next, I guess. I was thinking about going for Colm, but he can wait one more turn. So I'd like to give Joshua the next kill. And I think we can set that up. Yeah, he was almost doing enough damage. He just needed a little bit of help. And have we dodged a single hit yet this map? Game's got hacks. It's got auto hit on. Never miss a blow. 17%, no problem. Alright, we finally dodged one. Good job. Well, the defense is worth it. Like we talked about earlier, he's very likely to max his skill and speed out. So, a bit of defense. He needs a little bit of strength, a little bit of defense, and he'll turn out pretty strong. Although, we might have a potential replacement, depending on how she does. She could definitely spend some time in the arena. That'd be pretty nice. Alright, so everyone else is just gonna wait over here. We'll send Erica back up, I guess. Unless she can recruit Marissa. No, it'll just be Garrick, I'm sure. Oh yeah, I have to kill the archer. Sure, you know what? You're already very close to a level up. Give it a shot. Yes, keep getting the defense. Strength defense, thank you. Gilliam's trying hard. He's got a lot of work to do to catch up with his average defense, and he's working at it. He doesn't want to let the team down, and I appreciate that. Now, if Tana dies this turn, everyone hit reset. Okay, Marissa's gonna keep charging towards us. Oh, I put him in range of the ballista. Oops. I forgot about that. Alright, so we can make it to Tethys. I think if we recruit her, reinforcements have arrived. If only Innes had stayed on his little mountaintop here, he would have been. This would have been so much easier. Good. So I'm pretty sure Innes can recruit either of these. Tethys first actually makes a lot of sense. Although she could recruit... Actually, I'm not 100% sure if Innes recruits Garrick. Probably. We could have danced and had Innes recruit Garrick, but obviously we can just recruit. We can save a step here. Good news and better news. I really like Tethys. Good news and better news. Good news, the girls like you. Better news, we're not gonna die. Alright, so that's very nice. He comes with a hero's crest, so he can promote himself. I think that's our first one of those. His blade kind of sucks, so I was gonna give him some weapon reinforcements pretty quick. That was one of the reasons why I wanted to send Erica down, I forgot. And he needs to come down anyway because I'm pretty sure needs to talk to Marissa. And if she moves to here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, he can make it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So theoretically, we'll have this set up for next turn. Alright, good. So now we just need to make sure Tana doesn't die. So I'm thinking like this. And then you're out of range of everything. Well, you could be put to sleep, I guess. Maybe, but good enough. Okay. Now, we've got ballistas. We've got a couple more axe guys coming at us. If I'm going to use Colm again to lure him out, then we're going to need to heal him. There's no specific reason I'm using Colm other than that because he doesn't come on all the maps, he tends to lag in levels, so I'd like to sort of boost him up a couple extra levels here more than normal. Should be safe. I'm sure he'll be fine. Alright, here goes. Alright, at least the 24% was not successful once. Or twice, that is to say. Well, it wasn't that impressive, but it's a little bit closer to the speed cap. Alright, Marissa moved where I wanted. Now we just have to find a way. Now, if this hits, if we get a 17 and a 12% in a row for sleep, I'm gonna be a little bit cranky. Okay, good job, Vanessa. It's getting ready to get cranky, everybody. Well, he's only got one more charge of that, regardless. Okay, so... we can dance. So, like, Ines could kill and then move along. Maybe Erica? Not quite enough damage. Oh, not fast enough. So, in this situation... we're probably gonna have to use Ines to kill this guy. And I prefer not to waste his silver bow any more than he's already wasted it. So I'm gonna put, what's her face? You know, Erica. I'm gonna put her right here. She's also gonna pull out an iron sword. Yes, and a steel sword, actually. I'm never gonna use that slim sword. What do you think? And she's gonna give that to Garrick because he only had a steel blade, and I guess I should show you his stats. She can pull out a new iron sword for herself too. Why not? Well, sort of new. But yeah, so Garrick, he's a pretty high constitution sword user. So if there's anybody that can use iron blades and steel blades, it's him. He'll be your best option for that. On the other hand, I still think iron swords and steel swords are better because they're cheaper and they hit more often. But if you really need that extra couple points of damage, you know, steel blades will do it. I might even just consider selling it to save some money, but he has good strength, so it's not a problem hitting hard. Honestly, his stats are pretty stupendous, so that's good. Alright, so what I was trying to plan out here was a way... I'm pretty sure you can supply... I'm actually going to give the gem away. That's worth lots of money. And I'm just going to take out a normal bow and see if that's strong enough here. Because the silver bow is almost destroyed. Like, that's such a waste. Oh, that's not going to be enough damage. Shoot. That's not going to be enough damage. Oh, no! We got a problem here. Oh, I should turn animations on for these. Not good. So... alright, we can salvage this, it's okay. I should have put Ines right there so we could dance him. But, I can't salvage it. No! I bollocksed it up! Okay. 61% is not going to be enough. And that won't... okay, we don't want to kill her. We want to kill this one. That's enough damage, 86%. Please don't miss, Vanessa. Please. Oh, thank goodness. She had lowered accuracy because she was carrying another Pegasus Knight. Pegasus on Pegasus. It's Pegaception. Alright, that's a pretty solid level up there. Good job. You earned that one. Oh, man, that was close. I thought we'd screwed it. Alright, no, we're fine. Now we just talk to her, no problem, and everyone's recruited. Hey, what are you doing fighting for the bad guys here? She's a girl after my own heart. And like that, we've got Marissa. Marissa's pretty awesome. Alright, so this guy... are we worried about this guy? I don't really want to waste the Shamshir. I should have unequipped the steel blade. Alright, well, I did bring more steel blades, or iron swords, that is, for this. You know what? You can have a slim sword. So unlike not Deke, but Garrick, we gotta get his name straight. Maris is a pretty low con unit. She's our first, well, one of our few duplicates. So she's kind of like Joshua with less constitution and a little bit different stat alignment. We'll see how she turns out. She's also got that sort of weak affinity with ice that's not good, but she does have really good support options. She just has a poor support choice, or element. She might not get as much defense as Joshua has, we'll see. That's not a Myrmidon's primary stat. Skill, speed, luck, usually. But she's got as much luck as he does already, so she'll probably be luckier. And I have a feeling she'll still cap her skill and speed. Honestly, for like base stats, she's really amazing. She just needs to back that up with some good growth and she'll be solid. Also, I haven't really talked about it, but we've got Tethys now. Get used to seeing her do that until I turn the animation off, but basically, I think dancers always deserve a spot on your party unless there's some really weird reason not to bring them. She even came with a luck bonus, and well, she used one of her elixirs already. We could have sold that for 1,500, but that's okay. We happen to have a way to make more money on this episode. So don't waste the Shamshir, that's a super killing edge. Well, killing edge plus 5, let's say. Alright, up here. We're just gonna let Colm kill everything? I don't know. I don't know about that. Is everybody level 12 already? Wow. What good balance levels up? It's like I'm trying to get everyone's levels balanced or something. You could just give one person all the experience and they'd be super strong and be very difficult to kill them. But that's counterproductive to BlueAnkylo strats. Who else needs the heals? The heal bot. I should be luring out more of those ballista bolts, honestly. Because I can't really move my squishy units into range until they're empty. I wonder what happens to Taina's sleeping while she's being carried. Like, does the timer still tick down? Does she eventually wake up? Or is it put on hold until we drop her again? Also, how does one Pegasus carry another... Forgot to turn her animation on. How does one Pegasus carry another Pegasus? Well, you get to see the other version of the sleep spell, I guess. No! Reinforcements! I'm not ready! I thought I had more time! Alright, well, surprise, surprise, this map is more complicated. One of the reasons I was trying to get everybody sort of grouped up in time, but, well... Falco Knights, that's gonna be fun. This is the first time it would be useful to have Namie. Also, this is our first Ranger as well. So, Rangers are basically nomad troopers. They look really strong here. Yeah, this is gonna be a fun fight. Alright, so... on the one side, Innis can probably wipe a lot of these out if I have to. I prefer not to, because he's just sort of an XP hog. I'd like Marissa to get most of the kills. On the other hand, I need to heal her, actually. She's not quite fast enough here. Well, we need to keep the flyers away from these four, so we might just prep for fighting over here, yeah. Alright, so I'm gonna put... these guys might go this way. We'll see what happens. Alright, so I'm gonna put Vanessa and Taina here. I was really hoping that Taina was already awake. Nope. So when she's asleep, or sorry, when she's asleep and being carried, I don't think the timer ticks down. So that's disappointing. Alright, so let's just heal up here. Seeing as Marissa's not particularly a good match here for the mercenary, or the Myrmidon. Wow, that steel blade hits hard if it hits. But in this situation, the steel sword will do enough damage and it's more likely to hit. Oh, I missed that mercenary animation. It's good to have you on the team, Garrick. Consider yourself having a spot. I mean, like, pretty much permanently. Alright, well... maybe try to kill the Pegasus next turn? Yeah, that'll do enough damage. So we'll move this group sort of to the left so that we're not pincered. We can deal with one reinforcement wave at a time kind of thing. So these guys can get all about the same. They all have javelins, I take it? Slim lance javelins. Lots of slim lances. They're not particularly dangerous. Oh no! Where's that? I need to steal that! See, this actually wasn't in my guide at all. The reinforcement wave that had stuff you're supposed to steal. Yeah, I still need to get that torch staff. So the main thing of note is that if I want this, I need to not kill this Pegasus Knight. That's going to be tricky. What I might have to do is let this attack Innes. And it'll only do 3 damage, so no counterattacks. That way he won't accidentally kill it, and then we can bring Colm down. That's a little bit, it's going to be a little bit fiddly. Alright, so then on this side, I was trying to line up how far to move people, so this line here. Like 1 up. Yeah, that's fine. I don't think the mages will do terribly well. Yeah, these guys have a fair bit of resistance. Probably Ross will do quite well, though. Should keep healing people up, to be honest. I need to send Natasha down so that she can heal up the southern group. That's going to take a lot. Like, I think we can deal with these guys pretty easily, but we'll take some damage fighting these 5, probably. And then Joshua, well... I guess we could hold this if we had to. If we had to. Alright. So... I'm kind of just gonna have to resign that I might have to actually, what if you can dance? I've never tried this before. What happens if you dance someone who's sleeping? I assume nothing, but maybe it takes a turn off? Nope. I thought maybe it would subtract 1, because it refreshes you to help wake you up, get your turn faster. Alright. Okay, they're going after Tethys, which isn't a huge surprise. Oh. Well, that's going to be annoying if they hide in the mountains. Alright, so dealing with these 5 is the priority, and keeping this ranger away from my pigs. My PKs. I guess we'll deal with these 3 first. On the plus side, they don't get any mountain bonus from their units. So, how does it look with magic? Honestly, that's fine. Magic is just fine. I think I said a couple episodes ago that, for whatever reason in this game, Pegasus Knights still don't get all that much resistance, so we should be okay here. What? Wow, it has a steel lance? Who gave this thing a steel lance? It has -8 speed, so it has 1 speed, attack speed. It's kind of pathetic. And, like, very little defense. Not quite enough for Colm to kill, but it's just... What a poor choice of weaponry for this thing. Like, it's kind of neat, but yeah, Pegasus Knights probably shouldn't use those very often. Even Iron Lances are difficult. Alright, so that group of 3 was easier than expected because they had poor choices in weaponry. could open this door, but I want to be able to kill this guy as soon as I open it, and I have to watch out for these guys. Yeah, so it looks like Gilliam's gonna have to withstand a hit or two. I think I'm gonna... Well, let's see. Which one do I want to not kill? This one. If possible, don't kill this one. 13 attack. Slim Lance, so it's pretty light, yeah. So 9 speed, 13 damage. Not fast enough to double. So that'll be 8 damage to Tethys. So we could survive that, as long as nothing else is alive. Don't really have very good counters here for these. Yeah, that's not much damage, is it? Marissa, not a great matchup. Taina's sleeping, so we kind of need to protect her as well. That one. Yeah, that sleep spell that hit at 17% is kind of going to screw us. Alright, well, Vanessa is clearly the superior Pegasus Knight. Let's prove it. If Taina was alive, I think this would go... Or, alive. She is alive, but if she was awake, this would be a little bit easier. Now, I'm pretty sure Garrick has a reasonable chance here. Yeah, I think we let him just... Wow, it's only 59%. Ouch. We might have to use Innis on the, Yeah, I didn't want to let him sort of waste any experience here. Especially killing one of our rare promoted enemies, but... That one had to die, and it was going to be difficult. Unfortunately, not fast enough to double, not hitting hard enough to do one shot. So we'll just go with the Iron Sword to hit hard and not miss. I guess there's a chance of a crit there, technically, but it would have been fine. Like I said, it's not the best matchup. Yeah, and Erica wouldn't have done enough damage to one-shot it anyway. I think as long as you used Innis here, it wouldn't have been too bad. Don't kill that one, kill this one. And we're going to do that with Tethys, essentially dancing Vanessa on. Could have danced Innis maybe, but he doesn't need the kill. And we're pretty sure Vanessa can deal with it. With the new Iron Lance. 12-12 at 89 should be fine. Now, I'm hoping that this Pegasus Knight that's carrying the talisman will not be stupid and suicide itself. And that's always a bit of a stretch for the AI. But I think it will attack either Tethys or Taina. And Taina would survive, so it doesn't matter who it attacks. And then we just need to get Holm down there really quick. It might... Well... Oh, also, we should probably kill this thing. This thing! I'm not using the Shamshir. Oh, wait, 22 damage. 15 speed. 18 damage. Okay, well, if the Pegasus... No, only the Ranger could hit her. That's gonna hurt. That's definitely gonna hurt. Alright, we're gonna need a little bit more backup over here. That's everybody. You guys just gonna hold still. Alright, so went after Tethys. That was a little bit of a lucky dodge. Not bad. So now I think I can drop Colm, dance him, steal, and then we're sort of home free. Assuming we can kill that ranger, the mounted ranger. It's been a pretty interesting battle, honestly. Lots of stuff happening. Luckily, there was no crit chance there, actually, because... Well, no, Marissa's pretty lucky herself, so that would be unlikely to happen. Okay, so like I said, we're gonna go to here, drop, out of the way, Danceroonie. I hope he's speedy enough. I think he is. Maybe I should have double-checked that before I ran him down, but... We need to beat 9. Yeah, he's... Yeah. What am I even thinking? Of course he's fast enough. Alright. That's one of the things you can steal. So I'm really glad I brought Colm, because that's a permanent stat upgrade. That's good. Yeah, not the best level up, but... So yeah, talismans. Good stuff. Alright, so now we need to kill this dude. Tana, you know, just sleeping it off. Let's go, well, I think Marissa is gonna finish off the healer first. She didn't get hit by the ranger, so even if she has to soak another shot, that's not a big deal. Good, those are pretty expensive, so it's nice to have one of those for free. I think we'll pair up Garrick here, though. Not fast enough. I guess we are fighting enemies with quite a lot of stats. 15 speed is kind of crazy, so yeah, that's fair. What do I go with? 70%? Now let's go with 85% to at least get a hit in. And I guess Vanessa, you know, she's been kind of on the rampage killing all of her Pegasus Knight brethren. Or sisters, I guess. Okay. So yeah, like I said, my guide didn't even mention anything about that extra reinforcements. I guess they must have beaten the map before these guys showed up or something. So, lucky me, more stuff. More experience, at least. Alright, let's do some heals. Really nice to have our dancer along, finally. Alright, now for this doesn't look like it's gonna be too much trouble. Maybe Ford get a kill. 9 times 2, pretty likely to hit. Ouch! 55! Stop it! Alright, Ford. Kyle had a really good level up earlier. Let's see. You had an averagely good level up. Maybe slightly above average. Steal that, steal that. That guy's not very fast. So Joshua could definitely double attack. But he doesn't hit very hard here. And the counter is actually brutal. 14 damage. Could go heavy spear. Nah. Steel lance, 15 damage. Sure. This would technically kill it in 2 hits, so... that might help speed this fight up a little. Although what's really gonna happen is next turn my mages will be close enough. Or Ross. And that'll do it. Okay. Ines is gonna start moving out of the way. And Erica's gonna start moving up. Joshua's gonna stay out of the way for this turn. Alright, Ford is taking a lot of damage. But I was confident that he would be safe. So if he had been hit there, the counter kill actually could have gotten him, could have killed him. So he'd be down to 5 HP. And then this guy would have attacked. Yeah, so if he'd been hitting twice in a row there, he would have actually died. Okay, we... okay. Yes, that was foolish. I should have been more careful. Well, a little bit of good luck. At least he dodged one of the 50%, so... that's what it took. Marissa's stealing all of the dodge luck, though. Look at that. Hannah's back in action. Maybe we can let her get the kill. We can do 8 damage, maybe. A little bit sketchy. Could dance Vanessa over. Actually, yeah. So here's some tricks. We're gonna do some advanced level strategery here. This ranger is pretty tough, right? And difficult to hit. He does a lot of damage if he does hit. Why don't we just block him in so he can't attack? Normally rangers would have access to swords. This guy does not though, because he foolishly forgot his somewhere along the way. So we can lock him in here. We can move everyone out of the way except for adjacent units. And that way Tina can get a kill. If that's what you want. Or Marissa. I think I'll give it to Marissa. She's like likely to get a full 100 experience for it kind of thing. And we need to block that in for sure, so. Oh, right. 3 damage. Wow. Alright, so she's definitely going to need some level ups with some strength. Make no mistake. That's not very good. So unless that ranger can fly, we should be fine. And then we just gotta kill this guy without having Ford die. I'm a little bit disappointed by how close that came, but we're good now. Look, it's been a long chapter. I'm starting to make a couple silly mistakes, no doubt. Honestly, he's at full health. I'd really like to drain those ballista bolts, so... Just gonna wait so he can just be healed naturally. Oh, we could attack this guy from across. Oh, that's what we should do. He foolishly has a Lance Reaver, which makes him weak to axes. And I would like that at full strength rather than letting him get an attack with it. So we might as well use our ranged here. Alright, got hit. I think that's the 3rd or 4th time that one's fired, so it's getting close to running out of shots. Can we let Marissa get the kill? Nah, Tina gets it. Sorry, new girl. I want Tina to get a level up. She's been sleeping for too long. Needs a level up. Well, interesting stats. Speed, already gonna get maxed out anyway. I mean, speed's the same as Tina. Her skill's actually lagging behind a little bit. But she's got much better defense, so that's something. Alright, it's gonna take a while for everyone to get through the forest, so just bear with me here for a little bit. But we're almost done this map. The only thing is, I might kind of want to spend a little bit of time in the arena, specifically for some people who, Shover being nameless, no, for some people who are like at level 5 or just to catch up. I know it's been a super long chapter in terms of turns already, I guess. Well, has it? How many turns has it been? Actually, we're only 17 turns in, that's not even that much. So you did get hit. It'd be better to waste those ballista bolts on Gilliam in the forest, where it's very unlikely to even hit him, let alone do damage. Alright, give me that Lance Reaver. Just throw it over the wall when you die. Please. Thanks. He just tossed it over the wall for us. Okay, so that's your sword that beats lances instead of axes, which is definitely nice. I like those kind of weapons. Can't get over. I need to remember... Oh, I'm just gonna go after, I guess he probably has one more shot left. Yeah, it looks like he must have one more. This guy's not too bad, but I need to remember to steal that red gem. That's the last thing we gotta steal. Natasha has a lot of work to do. Good thing I gave her an extra heal staff, actually. A little bit of positioning here. So I think what I'll do is I'll play until we get to the arena and steal the red gem, and then I might spend a few turns off camera just trying to get Marissa caught up a little bit, just to see how she turns out, because she's a little bit under-leveled, and if I could get her up to like level 12 or so with the rest of the team, then we could see how she compares to Joshua. You know, get her to the same level as Josh, and see which ones kind of got the knack, you know. And to make a little bit of money wouldn't be a bad idea, honestly. We've been a little bit short on cashola for this Let's Play. Innis, probably not going to do anything. I just want to see if there's anyone he could talk to, just for some bonus dialogue. But it doesn't look like there's anyone that's chatty. I'm still not really planning on using him. He's kind of like Seth, and I should check his growths out to see if he's actually worth anything. I mean, if Naimi turns out terrible, I guess he's an option, but I wasn't planning on turning Naimi into a sniper anyway, so... Now there are, I haven't really talked about this either, but there are skills in this game that characters learn based on their advanced class. So not every advanced class gets one, but snipers get one. They get a, I think it's called True Shot. I forget the activation. It's like, it's either their skill or their level, something like that. And that's a percentage chance that they 100% hit no matter what. So it doesn't matter what your hit rate or the avoidance is for the enemy, you just hit no matter what. But I forget the exact activation for it. It's not a very good skill, honestly. This guy, out of bullets, good. Alright. So we should just lure that guy down, maybe with, ye old Knight. Mr. Nightman. We've got lots of people ready to go. A few people still need some healing, but no, we'll get there. Definitely gonna be good for Natasha's leveling. In fact, she won't get to level 20 on this map, but she'll make pretty good progress. Can't land on those, oddly. I'd like to get Garrick at least 1 or 2 levels up, just to see how he turns out. I'm pretty sure I want to use him, regardless. I have such a strong love for mercenaries. You know, just for fun. Basically because Tethys needs a couple level ups to get some defensive stats. We want to use her whenever we can. And as much as I enjoy the little dancing animation, just like the healing animation, it's always the same. So we'll just turn hers off as well. It's nice and all, but we'll save some time on that one. Because she needs to keep doing that to get her level ups, so... You'll have to see that like 100 times. Alright, what you got? 3 damage, hey? I think Jillian wins, even with the double. Sorry there, Mermin. So once we take one more step forward, we'll be in range of the next ballista. We want to carefully strip that gem out of that guy. So, anyone in particular here? I mean, Garrick is actually one of the lower levels of this group, oddly enough. But Tane can get this one. In my memory, mercenaries tend to do really well in in the arena. So we'll see how he does. All right, so one more step for that ballista, 2 steps for the other archer, and 3 steps for the sellsword. Sorry, the myrmidon. So there's some avoidance in the house. So if we put, well, it'd be good to heal him first. Say 1 more step. Yeah. I'd rather they were all shooting it. Well, no, if the ballista shoots at my knights, that's fine. But I'll try to save it so only this one archer can shoot at Gilliam. Alright, so yeah, Gilliam will heal. Kyle will put over here. Maybe we'll run into that weird Council of Elders dude. Can't remember his name, but we saw him last episode. Sounds like we're in the Merchant of Venice deal going on here. Got ourselves a trade empire. Yeah, okay. Not great. Still, pumping up that resistance and luck isn't bad. Alright, so you go up to here. Probably equip the javelin, though. And then visit, yes. Elder Padlo, right. So rich meanie that apparently stole the council. Right, yeah. Lord Klimt, that's the guy we were talking about. Right, and then we've got like 1 more tile safe. Honestly, just for dancing, for experience. And that's all we can do. Oh, I should have moved Marissa, I forgot. Forgot about her. Alright, good. Ballista misses. That's, I think, the first time that one's attacked. This archer is going to have a pretty rough time. Don't forget about little old Marissa. Okay, so what do we want to do? If we move adjacent to the archer, this guy can attack. But that's okay, as long as we don't kill him in 1 hit. And yeah, Gilliam's actually a pretty good option, because he's not going to get criticals, and he's not going to get doubles. He might not even kill here, you never know. And then that should bring the Myrmidon close enough that I think we'll be able to get Coleman there. Into here to steal. Yeah, that should be fine. In fact, he can get there from that spot, so that's perfect. It might be worth having Tethys up in this kind of spot, so she can move in and dance someone to kill the archer as well. The problem is, to kill this archer, we have to stand in range of the boss. So it's probably better to just drain his ballista out. And then let him move out to attack you. Yeah. I'll be doing that off camera, let's say. It's already been almost an hour anyway, and it's time to wrap this battle up, I think. Also, dancing healing combo means having 1 healer is much less of a problem. Yeah, that's fine. Just because now if I need to, we can double heal. And it just means Natasha can level up a little quicker, which is, you know, not gonna argue about that, right? 2, 3, let's just visit this. I don't think he's as awesome as the couch, the couch, what was the word, from Fire Emblem 7, what do we call that guy, the tactician? Armchair General? That might have been it. Couch Quarterback? That's probably what I was going for. I wonder if we got anything unique if we sent Innes in there. Maybe I'll try that out later. Alright, let's do this! So that worked pretty much perfectly according to plan. Weakens him a little bit. Oh, right, Tethys is in range. Whatever, no big deal. As long as it's only one shot of Ballista, it's not generally going to do that much damage unless it's a killer Ballista. Unless you're a flyer, of course. That breaks the rules. Anyone in specific? You know what? Gilliam's almost level 14. Let's see if he can get some more defense. If he can get a level up. Defense is all I want. I don't care about anything else. Except speed. Well, he got the speed, no defense, unfortunately. I'm still not sure about him. Definitely needs his speed to be higher, or his defense to be higher. That's the main thing. So I think, honestly, at this point, we're just going to let the Ballista rain some fire on us. I don't think I'm going to do anything special, really. If I put Tethys in the house, she's got a bit more avoidance. Same thing with Colm. So then we could do a quick arena fight here. Just, it's a little bit dangerous because while we're taking shots from the Ballista, theoretically, if we left the arena half dead, the Ballista could finish us off. But let's do one before... That's a bad matchup. Let's see. Oh, that's not good. Is he going to double us? No doubles. Okay, just 2 misses. Come on, we have to run away if we get... Dang it! Well, we didn't get any luck. That was a bad start. And then now I feel like... We're just gonna... Yeah, we're gonna put him here, and then we're gonna go take, and then drop here, and wait, and then heal. Yeah, I probably shouldn't be doing the arena until the archer's dead, honestly. It's just a little bit too risky. And we should probably wait until the Ballista runs out and he comes to attack us. So I'm just going to put a cut in the video here. I'm going to let this guy waste his 5 shots. I'm going to let him come out and kill him. It's really not a big deal. If you try to kill him right now, the boss will get a free shot on you, which is a little bit scary. And then I'm going to do a little bit of arena fighting. I'm going to put a cap on at level 13, I think. No one gets above level 13. Other than if you're already above level 13. And that doesn't count for Tethys. It doesn't really count for Natasha either, because she has to heal people to keep going. And I'd like to get, primarily, my under-level characters caught up a little bit. That's all. And there's not very many of them, so it won't take too long. Anyway, I'll be back in a little bit to wrap this episode up and fight the boss. And welcome back, arena folks. So, I spent some time doing some arena farming for Marissa and a little bit for not Deke, but Garrick. And the rest of them got almost nothing, just made sure everyone was level 13. The only exception to the rule was Colm, who actually had a pretty good time in the arena anyway, for some reason. And I got him to level 19 just so that if we don't use him for the next few maps, we don't have to feel bad. He's already basically ready to promote, so I figured that's not a big deal. He doesn't really, like, over-leveling your thief doesn't really give you much combat advantage. It just means, you know, he has a little bit easier time stealing and not dying, so that's about all that did. I did get Taina a couple level ups, so she, if I remember correctly, like I didn't write it down or anything, but I seem to recall a lot of the arena level ups were pretty solid. So I think Taina got some pretty good level ups, and it puts her, other than skill, ahead of, or on par with Vanessa pretty well. So that's cool. She's got pretty good defense and resistance, actually. I like it. They're both pretty solid characters, no doubt. And then the other comparison is like Marissa to Joshua. He's definitely got the strength edge, which I think is probably the most important for a Myrmidon doing well. They're gonna probably max out their skill and speed no matter what. Although Joshua for now has the edge on speed, but he'll definitely get it to 20 before level 20. Marissa probably will still get her speed to 20, so they'll, when they promote, they'd both be probably at the same point. But Joshua, you know, he's got a slight edge on strength and defense, and she's got an edge on resistance and luck. I don't know, they're both pretty equal. I think he's got a better affinity and better constitution. So use who you like. They're both viable as far as I can tell. Other than that, did I get any level ups? I think Ross got 1 and maxed out his strength. Garrick got a couple averagely good stats. He's not going to be maxing out his stats quickly like the Pegasus Knights or the Myrmidons, but overall pretty solid all-rounder. I think he's a shoo-in for a good mercenary. One of these two got a level up. I can't remember which one. Probably Kyle, maybe. I forget. Jillian, we didn't give anything. Colm, we got a couple. Vanessa got a few level ups because she's been healing. In fact, we ran out of healing staves, so there's that. She seemed to get pretty good level ups. I don't know. I wasn't worried too much about her. I think that's it. Maybe 1 for Erica. Maybe like 1 for Vanessa. 1 for loot. You know, nothing crazy. I really wasn't trying to abuse it. We do have a fair bit of money and the turns sort of went by, but you know, it's just a matter of you do the arena long enough and you make some money. I did find that perhaps on hard mode, the arena enemies are a little bit more difficult, so be extra careful if you're trying to do arena fights on hard mode. Because the enemies, the normal enemy units you run into on hard mode have bonus stats that they don't have in normal mode. And I think, I should double check it, but I think the arena enemies also get bonus stats. So, when you're in the arena, you only use your basic iron weapon or fire tier spell. Like, it's iron weapons and fire spells and, you know, you can only use your lightning tome. Stuff like that. Your most basic weapon, basically. But the enemy has access to, like, steel and silver and stuff sometimes. So they already have better weapons than you. And there was, like, a couple times where I'm like, I think it was against Marissa. She was fighting like a mage, and I'm like, oh, sure, she could probably tear a mage apart. Except that she could not double him, so he must have had at least 11 speed. And he did, I think, 21 damage, even when she had like 3 or 4 resistance. And I'm like, okay, that's kind of crazy, because that's like it wasn't even a level 20 mage, that was like a level 10 or 12 mage that had basically 20 magic, so that their fire spell did like over 20 damage, and I'm like, okay, that's some crazy statted mage there. Anyway, I don't want to ramble on it too much more. It's just I noticed that some of the enemies in here are kind of stupidly overpowered. Anyway, we need to kill Pablo and wrap this episode up. He's got some pretty good magic resistance, so I was looking at it, especially with Elfire. You know, loot could do some damage, but not much, and he'll probably be countering pretty heavy. I mean, she could maybe kill him eventually, but I'd have to do a lot of healing, and by the way, I'm out of healing, so that's a problem. But yeah, you know, Elfire is pretty good. I think normal fire she can double. Yeah, but she only does 2 damage, so that's not enough. Anyway, even with weapon advantage, that's not going to work. So then I'm thinking, well, we do have a couple Pegasus Knights that are kind of counter magic. They'll get a double, they'll get like, they might hit twice, but the problem here is he could critical. So we can't really use Tana, even though 13 luck, you know, that's kind of crazy, hey? So I don't know how I can kill this guy safely, basically. I don't think, well, Erica, yeah, she doesn't even have any healing, any HP. But like basically no matter who I use, this guy has a chance to crit. And I'm not a huge fan of that. Oops, that was not what I meant to do. Let's just dance him out of the way. Nice to have a backup, you know, pull. I wanted to see what his Iron Axe looked like. So Ross has a lot of luck. He can do a lot of damage, not quite a double attack. It might be worth trying. This thing has a base crit of 10, that's the main problem. That's surprisingly difficult to deal with, actually. So you need someone with, what's his critical chance? Basically you need someone with 15 luck. Unless you've got supports, which I haven't really invested in yet. Colm probably doesn't do enough damage, really. He's got probably more defense. With the throne bonus, or actually it's a gate, but 3 defense. Essentially 10 defense, and even a really super leveled Colm is only going to do 2 damage. So someone like Archer has no chance. Ross is like the only person. Loot, I guess. It's really just these 2 that don't get counter critted, and I had them up front probably for that reason. So that kind of sucks. I mean, I don't like it when you're fighting a boss that there's like no way to fight other than to hope that he doesn't get a critical. Now I understand 1, 2, 3% are all pretty low, but I have to put a save state down because I'm not redoing this map if he gets a 1% crit basically. So, wish me luck. Here goes. 4 damage versus a lower chance to do 7 damage. I guess we go with this. I don't know if anyone gets a unique dialogue with him. It might be like Innis or something. I suppose we could have checked if Innis would do well. I was hoping she would dodge that. Innis, let's see. He'd have enough luck so it'd be like 1%. He could probably kill the boss if you needed to. So... %, huh? Probably not gonna happen. Alright, no criticals. We took a hit, but that's fine. As long as he doesn't get a crit, we're fine. I just... You know me, I... Hit him with Javelin, maybe? 55%. It's a chance to kill him, but it's pretty low. Other than that, we'd have to rescue people. Okay, we're gonna try to do it like this. We're gonna rescue Loot out of the way, and then we're gonna dance for Tana. And I think Tana will have the best chance of getting the kill here. Well, it's actually not even that good. That's perhaps our best odds. We have to hit 2 at 71. Alright, it's not a crit again. So she got hit. Ah, shoot. She did get hit twice in a row. So things aren't quite going perfectly. I really hope we can hit one of these 2. Come on, Vanessa. At least he didn't crit again. Alright, we got him. So, if he didn't have that small % chance to crit, this would have been pretty easy. But because of that chance, every time we attacked him, there was a chance he could kill you. And I'm not a huge fan of that. Anyway, done. Got our guiding rings, so we can theoretically promote. And let's get out of here, man. I was on this map for a long time at that arena. I had a hard time leveling up Marissa. I had to do a lot of running away with her because she couldn't kill hardly anything. See, this is why I think the Emperor should be madder at Volter. He keeps giving up his chance to capture Erica and get her bracelet, which is kind of the whole point of this thing. Oh, good. Hey, Klimt. Boring. Politics. Nobody plays Fire Emblem for politics, probably. Go play Crusader Kings 2 or Europa Universalis 4. Or some diplomacy game that's called Diplomacy. Alright, alright. Maybe this guy is on our side. I don't know. I mean, it's not like the whole of Grado believes in the king either, or the emperor. It's really just about who has the power. So either this guy has the power to stop the army from attacking us, or he doesn't. If he can stop it, then that's fine. If he can't, though, then why are we even listening to him? You mean Pablo had considerable wealth? I'm pretty sure he's dead. Didn't we kill him? We wouldn't let him run away, would we? Also, I would appreciate these two joining up. I'm not sure about Marissa, but I definitely want Tethys, and I definitely want Garrick. I love mercenaries. And I love dancers. So, I love this. So we get the whole team to join up. Oh, hey, this guy we might run into. That was the last of Garrick's mercenaries. Who's the youngest and least capable, I suppose. Ah! So, it kind of reminds me of Ewan in Fire Emblem 6. I like to think that this kid, some guy said, I'm going to teach you how to use fire. And then he gives them, like, some matches and some pieces of, like, maybe loose kindling or something. And then he shouts fire really loudly, and he strikes a match, lights the kindling on fire, and just sort of throws it at the enemy. If it's really likely, he might give you a small burn. But you know, it's just, you know, kid magic. He's actually got a tome. All he has to do is light a piece of paper from his tome on fire with a match. He doesn't even need the wood, actually, because it's too heavy. He probably has, like, 1 constitution, so, you know. Sorry. Right. He's probably an awesome mage. We'll see. It's the kids, the prodigy children, you know. Alright. Not too bad, Seth. He's going to Johanna. We're going to Rouston. You can't stop us. Thanks for being the voice of reason, though, but it's not called Backtracking Emblem. It's Fire Emblem. Oh, what? What does this kid want? Don't listen to the 10-year-old. He doesn't know. You're just gonna get lost and trapped. Let the grown-ups talk. You know better than to interrupt the grown-ups. Thanks, Tethys. He's making it up. He doesn't have a teacher. He's skipping school. My teacher? Let me think. Yeah, Sala. That's cool. Sala, the Magnificent. Don't feed into his... Yeah, he's a powerful wielder of magic, living high atop a mountain, taking in young children and teaching them magic. Sure. Thanks, Innes, for feeding into this kid's delusions. Look, we're gonna climb this mountain, and when there's nothing there, we're gonna have to go back and take a boat or something. Ah, kids. Alright, folks. So, I know that was a pretty long chapter, but it's good fun, you know, and like I said, I really don't mean in general. I've said this a few times in the Fire Emblems, but I like to, every time I use the arena, I like to explain myself, because sometimes you think it's arena abuse, and it's easy to overdo it and end up higher level, and the game gets too easy. But remember, we're playing on hard mode, so the enemies get bonus stats. I would say that the arena grinding was harder than usual, so that's my sort of penance for trying to use the arena. It's actually more difficult and I have to be more careful, and it takes longer. And in general, I don't You don't actually even need to use the arena to level up in Fire Emblem 8, because you can use the tower, and you can use just the random skirmishes to get extra experience. So you could do that. The arena gets you a little bit of gold, perhaps. And I'll follow the same rules that I did for 6 and 7, the previous Game Boy Advance games. I won't spend all of my gold. So if I get extra gold from the arena, I think we're at like 30,000 or something, I'll sort of reserve 10 or 15 of that, like half of it as that's not touchable, and then the rest of it is just, sure, you've used the arena a bit, you got a bit of extra gold. We also got a bunch of gems to sell, so we'd have some money anyway at this point in the game to buy some general, like, I think between the silver gem and the red gem and a couple other things we could sell, we've actually got a fair amount of money anyway, even if you didn't go to the arena. But like I said, I don't want to just have 100 silver axes and just give everyone perfect weapons early on. That'd be too easy. So anyway, thanks for watching, folks. Hope you've enjoyed, and I will see you next time for, I assume, Chapter 11.